There have been a lot of different trays for Rummikub tiles over the years. Rummikub has put out a lot of different forms, stands that hold your tiles up with little feet that get lost all the time or broken. This is one of the better ones that they've come up with recently. This is what I think they've been shipping almost exclusively lately. And it's not bad, except it's just kind of cheap molded plastic. It's light and not much to it. But at least it doesn't have parts that get lost. That's an improvement. We wanted to improve it even more, and one of the reasons we are able to go with a smaller tray is because the rules of our game require less tiles. And Rummitiles has a different set of rules that allow you to play with fewer tiles starting in your rack, and there are also generally a lot fewer requirements for drawing tiles because the play is more engaging and dynamic and keeps the tiles on the board building. So we came up with a tray that can hold a smaller number of tiles. It can hold like 12. And this is 3D printed. This was kind of the first generation of what we worked on. It's got like a nice little felt pad on the bottom so it can be anti-skid. And it's actually quite nice, but the problem is we can't take this and scale it out to being a game because it takes a long time to 3D print stuff. These are on the order of about an hour a piece to print, so it's not really practical to make a game that we're able to sell. We worked on other variations, smaller ones, lower profile, that we kind of snap together like Legos, and notice they're getting flatter. They've lost the bevel on them, which is kind of how we arrive at our end goal. But in between, we still had another set. These are a really fun set of interlocking, also 3D printed, and there's a lot more rows because that's how they interlock. So you're able to put a lot of tiles on here, although sometimes they obscure each other. These were really nice, and they're a little quicker to print. They still take a long time, but they snap together. They're able to tuck into the bag to transport them, which is nice, but they're still a little bit thick and take up some space. And they take too long to print. So we went to laser cutting, and the tray is very similar in style in terms of what it can hold. It's got 3 rows, and it's able to hold a set of tiles, just simple and at an angle so you can see them just fine. But it's super slick. We can get lots of fun colors, and it's much quicker to cut these on a laser cutter than it is to wait for a 3D print to completely manufacture the piece. So we made them in a bunch of different colors that make it really fun, so you get to pick which color that you want to play. And also, this is 6 of them, and it's about the size of 2 of them stacked together. It's, maybe half the size of 2 of these other ones, the slim versions of them. But they're easy to transport, they're shiny and bright colored, and very just slick, high-tech looking with the nice sharp cuts from the laser cutter and the wonderful colors that we can get in, especially the neon colors really add a lot of dimension to the game. We've made matching pieces for the game also in the neon colors that are my favorite, the pink and the green neon that we use usually for the wilds, and we have little decorative versions of them that go on the outside bag as well. So that's a little bit behind the scenes of the evolution of the racks that we make and how that gives just kind of an extra dimension to the game itself. And we hope you enjoy that and find some value in having a game of good constructed quality rather than a bunch of cheap manufactured plastic.